Trifecta by Dean Pearl. Chapter 12. The girls were already waiting out in front of their house as Max drove up to get them. You guys in a hurry?" Max laughed as they got in the car. "I mean, you could have waited inside." The girls laughed as Leslie told Max, "It was just so nice out and we were up and ready early because we're so excited. So we wanted to soak up a few rays until you got here." "I get it. I'm excited too. This is life-changing shit we got going on here," Max unnecessarily reminded them. "By the way," Max continued, "I did a little research on the procedure for all this. Every article I read says we should have a lawyer, an accountant, and a money manager when you come into this much money." "I can see a lawyer for sure," Wesley replied, "and maybe an accountant for taxes or whatever, but I don't see where we would need anybody else managing our money for us. It's not like we're wild spendthrifts or anything. If anything, we're all just the opposite when it comes to spending money. Besides," Leslie added, "we all seem pretty thrifty with our spending." Max and Wesley agreed. "Will we be able to stay anonymous through all this?" Wesley wondered. "California is not an anonymous winter state, so they don't give out addresses or anything, and you can refuse an interview with the press, but that's about it," Max explained. Leslie said, "Well, at least we're the only relatives we have to worry about hitting us up for money." They talked for a while about what are some of the first little treats they wanted to get for themselves. They all agreed it would be nice to take about $100,000 each and just go on a shopping spree. That would certainly be enough to get it out of their system. Then they started talking about future possibilities. They certainly had enough money that they never had to work again, but everyone needs something worthwhile to do, even if it's philanthropy. "You know," Max started, "I was also reading up last night on a whim about whether there are people who want to try and be a Bruce Wayne Batman type or character after winning lots of money. Apparently it's not as rare a thing as you might expect." "Oh, really?" Leslie asked, surprised. "Oh, yeah," Max went on. "There was a guy named Phoenix Jones in the Rain City superhero movement. In the city of Seattle, he emerged in 2010, capturing the public's attention. Phoenix Jones is a mixed martial arts fighter in his civilian life and decided to take a stand against crime in his community." "Wow," Wesley muttered. "Yep, and a vigilante known as the Bromley Batman has been seen by several witnesses to have saved people from knife-wielding gangs and muggers in South London. There's a whole list of them." "It would be a worthy and exciting way to spend our time and money, don't you think, Wesley?" Leslie asked her. "It does sound like it would be right up our alley, doesn't it?" Wesley responded. Max was smiling ear to ear at the thought of possibly becoming a vigilante superhero. "I don't think there's a manual for that sort of thing, so we'd have to do a lot of improvising," Max told them. "And I'm sure there are legal ramifications galore." They continued fantasizing on their new idea as they pulled into the California Lottery headquarters and found a parking spot. The girls were just laughing and giggling away as they were hop-stepping around Max as they were walking in like school kids on a field trip. As they came in, they saw a large desk with a big sign that said information on it, so they headed over there first. They got in line and they were just chatting as they were waiting their turn, which was looking like it might take a bit to get to the front of the line, and Max wondered if they were this busy every day. There was a handsome, tall, dark-haired man waiting right in front of them. He heard them all talking and decided to turn around and introduce himself. "Hi, my name's Ben Moore. What's yours?" he asked as he scanned the three of them. Wesley spoke up first with introductions. She was immediately attracted to this man named Ben. "I'm Wesley Johnson," Wesley began, "and this is my sister Leslie and my brother Max. Pleased to meet you, Ben. Did you win a big lotto score?" Ben laughed lightly. "Unfortunately, no," Ben told them. "I'm here serving one of my clients who did happen to win a pretty good lotto score." "So you're a lawyer?" Max asked. "Yes, among other things," Ben laughed. "I also happen to be the Las Vegas Assistant District Attorney, as well as a private lawyer and a CPA." "Wow, you do it all," Leslie remarked, impressed. "Max, I bet he could help us. We need a lawyer, right?" Wesley reminded him. "Did you win a lotto ticket?" Ben asked politely. "Did we?" Leslie chimed in. "Only $250 million. Actually, my brother here bought the ticket, and his number's one, but he's sharing it with us. How's that for class?" Max smiled. "Are you kidding? Look at them. Who could resist those faces?" "I could never spend that much on myself anyway," he remarked. "Wow," Ben said, impressed. "Who's helping you with all the logistics for this? Do you have a support team?" "Well, no, not actually," Max stuttered. "We figured we'd just get the money, then start looking for whatever legal help or advice we might need." "Oh my God," Ben shook his head in dismay. "Look, I wasn't looking to take on any new clients, but I do know that you could be heading for a lot of heartbreak if you don't pull this off correctly. Maybe we should sit down and talk a bit before you jump into this. No charge, just some good solid advice." The girls both looked at Max to gauge his reaction. Well, I guess that sure couldn't hurt anything. It's not like we're in a big hurry, and you sound like you've got the creds for the job, Max smiled. Why don't we get out of this line for a bit and grab a soda and a sandwich so we can sit and chat for a little bit, Ben suggested. The girls and Max nodded in agreement as they left the line to go to the little sandwich shop in the same building. They chose a table and got comfortable as the waitress came over with some water and menus and said, "Go ahead and see what you want, and I'll be back in a minute to take your order," the waitress directed. "Great, thank you," Ben said politely. As the waitress walked away, Ben started asking the three of them some basic questions. "So as I understand it, Max won a $250 million lotto, and the three of you want to share it equally?" Ben asked. "Yep, right down the middle, 3 ways," Max said confidently. "And you have the ticket with you now?" Ben asked. "Of course, right here," Max told him, as he reached in for his wallet and retrieved the ticket. "Oh my God, where is it?" Max was just teasing, but the look on the girls and Ben's face was worth the gag. "Just kidding, it's right here," Max said, grinning. "Have you signed it yet?" Ben queried. "No, I just figured I'd wait until they told me to," Max said naively. Ben took a pen from his coat pocket. "Here, sign it now. Then take a few pictures with your phone of the front and back of the ticket. This will help you prove it was your ticket if something happened. God forbid, and there was no way to prove who was the original winner." "Makes sense, I guess," Wesley remarked. "I was thinking about that. What happens if you misplace or lose the ticket or it gets stolen by someone?" "Exactly," Ben assured her as he gave Wesley a warm smile, which she immediately returned. "Were you thinking of putting it all into one account and sharing it from there? Or do you want 3 separate accounts with 1/3 of the amount in each?" Ben quizzed. "And of course you must remember the taxes are going to eat up a lot." "I guess I didn't think it would get to be so complicated," Max confessed. "Perhaps you should wait just a bit before jumping into this. I suggest, if you'd like, that we all sit down and go over in fine detail what your options are before you make any snap decisions," Ben said. "Maybe come to my place for dinner tomorrow so we can relax, have dinner, and discuss it." They all nodded in agreement as Ben wrote down his phone number and address. "You live in Vegas, right?" "Yes," Max responded. "Okay, then how about you come by about 6 p.m. tomorrow? Is there something special I could have my cook make for you? Or any of you vegans or anything?" Ben smiled, looking at the girls. "Nope, just a bunch of carnivores here," Leslie laughed. "Great then," Ben said as he got up. "I'm going to hang out here a bit as I still have to do what I came here for, but I'll see all of you at my place tomorrow." "Cool," Wesley said as they all shook hands and Ben left to help out his current client. On the way back to Vegas, they discussed how glad they were they happened upon meeting Ben. They felt good about his knowledge and expertise in the area of lotto wins. I mean, geez Louise, he's a lawyer and accountant and the freaking assistant DA for Clark County, so he's got to be one of the most qualified people around with this stuff, Max felt assured. "And he's really cute too," Wesley chimed in, smiling as Leslie and Max smiled at each other.